you, Secretary, for being here. Minister, are you aware of the recent W5 report which quotes RCMP Superintendent Matthew Bertrand, who stated that at least 7 Mexican cartels are operating in Canada and using our country as a transshipment point for drugs?
As you're aware, Mr. Lloyd, we did list 7 cartels.
So you're aware of this report from W5?
We have. I haven't personally seen that report, but I'm aware.
Well, it's a shocking report. Minister, why do you think these criminal organizations have made Canada a central point for their operations in recent years?
Mr. Lloyd, across the world, I was with the Five Eyes in September, and there's a common theme of transnational criminal entities that are expanding their reach, and in this case,
so you don't think Canada, this is a Canada problem?
If we want to avoid points of order and all sorts of other interruptions, we should make sure that interpretation works and that we have a conversation that is understood by everyone. So as I'm making those comments, I'm stopping the clock, just inviting everyone to make sure that we have an intelligible conversation.
Thank you. Minister, you're saying this is a world problem, but why has this grown in Canada in recent years? Why do you think?
Look, the issues around transnational criminal organizations are something that we're deeply worried about. We've taken some concrete action, and Canada, like other countries, is facing an increase.
So you don't have any specific. Minister, your government lifted visa requirements for Mexico in December of 2016. Are you familiar with that decision?
I was not in cabinet at that time, but I am familiar with that decision, yes.
Do you agree that this decision expanded the cartel presence in Canada?
I don't have a direct causal link to that, but you're aware that last year that restriction was closed.
I'm aware, but do you think that there was a connection between lifting the visa requirements and the expanded presence of the cartel and the strengthening of their smuggling networks in Canada?
I'm not at liberty to speculate on that, Mr. Lloyd.
Well, Minister, I have a report from Canada Border Services Agency. This is from November of 2016, 1 month before your government decided to lift the visa requirement. I'm going to quote from it. The visa lift will make travel to Canada easier in order to establish or strengthen existing cartel smuggling chains. In the next 3 years, Mexican drug cartels are expected to expand their presence in Canada. That is a CBSA report that was written in November of 2016, 1 month before your government lifted the visa requirements. And you're saying you can't see any causal link to that? Is CBSA wrong, Minister?
First of all, I didn't read that report, Mr. Lloyd, and I'm not at liberty to speculate on the causal link.
Well, Minister, CBSA was correct. They correctly predicted that your government's actions would expand the cartel's presence in Canada. It's plain for everyone in this country to see. Your government was warned, and you recklessly chose to move ahead by lifting these visa requirements. Minister, do you accept responsibility for your government's failure in making Canada a base for organized crime?
Mr. Chair, my responsibility is the safety and security of Canadians, and that is a task that I take very seriously, and each and every day I work to enhance and to ensure that the safety and security of Canadians are enhanced. This includes a number of measures that we've taken, including a number of bills, Bill C-2, Bill C-12, Bill C-9, I'm
going to interrupt the Minister. I've given you some good time to respond there. Minister, if you can't see the causal link between lifting these visa requirements and the increase in cartel activity in Canada, why then did your government reimpose the visa requirements?
There were a number of considerations, as you're aware, Mr. Lloyd, post-COVID. There were some changes that we made. We had a number.
Were you advised that the lifting of these visas had caused an increase in crime and the implementation of these visas were necessary to staunch the stem of organized crime growth in Canada?
Mr. Lloyd, I wasn't the minister at that point, and I did not have that particular information.
Well, you're talking about borders today. This is a border, it's a critical issue in Canada. We just had a W5 report. You've listed 7 South American and Central American cartels as terrorist organizations, and you don't know and you can't say whether your government's policies are intended to stop those terrorist organizations from operating in Canada. You can't say whether or not lifting the visa requirements did cause it, Minister. How can you not know these answers?
What I can tell you, Mr. Lloyd, is that we made a decision to list 7 cartels as terrorist entities under the criminal code. It is a decisive step that's meant to curtail the influence and filtration of these cartels within Canada.
Minister, In 2020, at a committee, you said that racism is permeated within the RCMP. I'm glad we have the commissioner here today. Do you still believe, as you did in 2020, that racism permeates the RCMP?
I'm not sure if that's the exact wording, but I will say that there is systemic racism that exists within many of our institutions. It is one where all of us will need to work to enhance. The commissioner and I have had a number of conversations as a leader. The commissioner is aware of some of the challenges that exist. And it is about ensuring that our independent Royal Canadian Mounted Police are strengthened and are even able to do a much better job than they're doing right now.
Sorry,
I'm proud of the work that they do, and I have full confidence in their abilities to do that work.
Sorry to interrupt, but that's all the time we have for this part.